Okay, so I guess this goes on to the age-old final question that people recently seem to be always debating. Are you ready for this one?
Yes.
Okay, so the internet. Nowadays, like social media, the internet has sort of thrown a huge wrench into how we communicate and how friendships have traditionally played out. For example, on one side, it's super easy to communicate with other people, but on the other side, there's these things like creating a fake image or like a fake persona on social media, or revolving your whole life on trying to impress other people on social media. Do you think that in overall the effect of social media has been sort of a benefit to friendships, or some parts are good, some parts are bad? Just what's your take on it from your point of view?
Well, I have an opinion of it, but I want to preface it with I don't use social media that much. I don't have Facebook. I text and call people, But getting back to creating a facade or a false image, I don't think that's good. I think you should just be yourself. Just be yourself. It's all good. And, if you start making things up, it might come back to bite you. Just be yourself. And another thought I had about this, so I think it should be a limited amount of time that you spend on the internet or Facebook or social media. I think you can maybe do too much, and it might lose its importance, and it'll all seem just generic or blah or bland.
Right.
Same old. I think less screen time and more in-person, face-to-face talking and being with someone is so much more important than being on screen with them.
Yeah.
But then again, Skype and some other things have been wonderful for people that can't be together.
Definitely,
in that case, it's a wonderful thing. But and even Facebook, to keep in touch with the latest friends and family is good. I think it's all good, and I'm all for it. But I wouldn't do it for hours.
Right.
Not too long. Just a few minutes here and there, fine. That's what I think. And I wouldn't create any facades. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I mean, they could be wrong in what they're thinking. They may think if they say this or look this way that they're impressing someone when maybe they're not really impressing them. It's like men that wear toupees, and it's so obvious. Oh, there's a guy wearing a toupee.
Yeah.
Oh, look. So whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not against toupees.
Yeah.
But if you go too strong with it,
right.
I just be yourself. That's all.
Yeah.
That's what I recommend. I think you'll be happier and less worried. And if people don't accept you the way you are, then that's their loss. That's what I think.
I mean, I think people my age should probably take very good heed to that and try to incorporate that advice into their lives. And one thing I noticed is that when you were talking about how with social media and the internet, sort of this idea of moderation, right? Sort of just like a little bit is good, but too much, and it starts to lose its value.
Yeah.
I think a good analogy would be like if your favorite food in the world was chocolate ice cream, and if you one day decide to only eat chocolate ice cream, soon it would lose its specialness and value. But as long as you moderate it, then you can sort of...
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
Anyway. And one more thing too. I noticed I talked about one thing you pointed out was that when you post something and you try to impress people on the internet, how some people might not be impressed. Like, the more I think about it, the more I realize that, like, hey, there's a lot of people, like, trying to show off whatever they might want to show off, like maybe wealth or something. but I can't really think of a case where anybody has seen that and been like, wow, that person's so cool. I think most of the time, at least from my experience, whenever someone sees that, the only reaction they get is jealousy, or they just think like, oh, that guy's showing off again, or, get exasperated.
Well,
so.
maybe, younger people,
Mm-hmm.
When they realize they're on camera, it might turn a switch in their mind. And I'm on camera. I can't just be my normal self. I've got to do something extra. I got to put on hairs. I got to put on something. The camera's on, and the camera's off. Okay, I can relax and be myself again. Maybe there's too much of that, or they're inexperienced with it. And they think, I'm going to be on camera. They're going to take a picture. I better smile. How's my hair combed? I want to give my best presentation.
Yeah.
So maybe they overdo that, and they're to the point where they're doing jumping jacks or doing a dance or this. They're trying to catch your eye. But if there's some talent involved, fine. You got
for sure.
Talent, That's amazing. I watched something on the internet, training dogs. You could train a shepherd.
Yeah.
And some of these people have done some tremendous training.
Yeah, for sure.
Of these animals to come, sit, roll over, stay, come halfway, stop. All this stuff. Give me your paw. Go fetch this. And they do it instantly. It's amazing how they can train these animals.
Yeah, I can never do that. I've tried before with friends' pets. I can never. Yeah.
So to see that on the internet, that's pretty impressive. Their talents. If someone's got some considerable talent or special talent, that's fine to see. But
I mean, have you seen those videos where it's like those videos where it's like, oh, this 5-year-old girl from somewhere in the world can like play this violin perfectly, and I see those videos on YouTube and I'm just like, how did he do that? Like, wow.
That is astounding.
Yeah. And
you wonder if it's somehow, if it's real.
Yeah,
something like that is very impressive, of course.
Yeah.
But,
and this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like there's a difference between someone who's like, hey, look at me, I'm 5 years old, I can play this violin perfectly, versus someone who's like, oh, I got this brand new Rolex, check it out on my Facebook or something like that. I think there's a bit of a difference because I think it's like the intention behind it, and I think it shows, and I think people can sniff that out quite easily.
Yes, well said.
Yeah.
So, the internet's a wonderful thing. It's a wonder to me. You don't know when where it's gonna go.
Right.
It's more and more screen time.
Yeah.
There used to be wires. Everything's wireless. Everything's on screen now on a phone. I know there's more car accidents.
Yep.
In broad daylight, no wind, no rain, good driving conditions. So it's a distracted driver.
Right.
A distracted driver that's causing it. He's not looking at his cell phone or something. He's got to really keep that, not to do that.
That's a pandemic in it by itself, I think, especially with like younger people. It's just, yeah.
So it's screen. I ride the buses.
Screen.
Everyone used to read a newspaper. They'd fold it and read it. Now everybody's looking at a phone.
Yep.
And there's no turning back. It's here to stay. I guess we just have to adjust and deal with it and try to turn it off or put it down for a period of time and enjoy the nature and the simple things in life. Go for a walk or check out the fresh air.
Yeah.
You don't want to forget that. What do they call them? Nerds or something? They're computer nerds?
Yeah, I think just like techies, I think. It's evolved a bit to now. I think, nowadays they call them like techies, but I'll admit I consider myself a bit of a techie too.
It's your work. It's your work. It's a little bit different for you.
Yeah, but still. Anyway.
And there's no doubt how wonderful and instant it is. Instant gratification, instant information, any question, any direction, any bit of news that's out there that you want, you get it instantly.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what it's going to do to us humans. I guess make us lazy.
Yeah.
It's like, with all the stores closed because of COVID,
Right.
people just point, click, and answer their doorbell.
Yeah, just like that.
And here comes Amazon. You see the trucks everywhere.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? I mean, look at that service.
Right,
It's
yeah,
even
exactly.
cheaper than going to the store. You just point, click,
Mm-hmm.
ding dong, here it is. It's pretty amazing times we live in, but I think we have to just keep an open mind and be aware of what these changes are and try to do the right thing, the best thing. To balance it. Just so much time and that's it. Turn it off.
Yeah.
So those are some of my thoughts. Did I say in the beginning or not? But I did read once, in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend in order to have a friend. I read that once,
I mean, I think that's an amazing quote, but yeah.
Yeah. And just be yourself. You don't want to be phony. Just
Right,
be
right.
yourself. If you have real friendship, you both or all of you can just be yourselves. You don't prefer different personalities, different opinions. That's fine. Just be yourself. You don't have to be phony or fake,
Yeah.
So I appreciate the opportunity and
thank you.
good to talk to you again. And
You as well.
I hope everyone does well with everything.
Anyway, so to all our viewers, thank you for watching today's episode. And if you want to join us on one of these senior fireside chats, please send me an email at talktogap@gmail.com. Make sure to like the video, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thank you, Kevin, for joining us once again.
Thank you, John.
So, thank you, viewers, and see you guys next time.